In today's video, we'll be discussing the benefits of guava leaves to turkey farming and chicken farming. This is basically what we practice here on the homestead, so that's what we will be focusing on. But if you're into broilers, if you're into rabbits, this is something that is also going to be very useful. So if that is what you practice on your homestead or on your farm, please watch the video until the end so that you are able to actually get a better understanding of how you're going to be utilizing this much needed supplement to be able to benefit from it. Now, the guava tree, guys, is one of those trees that is very generous. Of course, it is going to give you the guava fruit. And actually, guys, the guava juice is one of my favorite. I actually have a tree here on my homestead, which I recently grown. And guys, the growth has actually surprised me because this is actually growing out very well. So the guava tree is actually one of those that actually even very useful to humans because it treats the cough and flu very effectively. If you have a cold or a flu, you can actually cook the guava leaves into some form of tea and take it, and your cough or flu will be able to clear. So this is how generous this guava tree is. But in today's video, we'll be focusing on the benefits of the guava leaf to turkey farming and poultry farming. In this video, we'll also be sharing how to prepare it, how much to be able to give to your birds. So stick to the video until the end so that you actually get a better understanding of how you're going to be utilizing this in your farm to be able to get the best results. Now, the guava leaf is very rich in protein, guys, and you know that protein is the king of any poultry feed. You're going to realize that the protein content is going to be the most expensive in your poultry feed. So these protein concentrates are going to eat up into your profit if you don't find ways to actually supplement them. So guava leaf is going to be one of those which you're going to be able to include into the feeding routine. And like we have said, later on we will be telling you how best you can be able to give it to your birds to ensure that you benefit from using it. The guava leaf also, guys, contains some carbohydrates, which is very important for your birds actually to stay healthy and also to have some form of energy to move around and exercise. Your birds are going to need the carbohydrates. Now, majorly, the birds will get this from maize, but you know that of late maize is actually very expensive. And you find, like for us, we actually don't use broken maize. We majorly use maize bran when we're mixing our turkey feeds. So we kind of actually use the guava leaves to actually supplement the carbohydrates in the diet of our turkeys. The guava leaf also contains fiber, guys, and you know that fiber aids digestion and feed efficiency in your turkeys. And actually, guys, this ends up promoting good growth in your turkeys. You find that actually people are struggling to have their birds grow on a faster rate. You find that someone is having a turkey which is basically 8-9 months, which is supposed to be laying the eggs, but it is still very tiny. It can't even lay an egg. So if you want to have some form of faster growth, be able to utilize these guava leaves and you will be impressed by the results that you will be getting. The guava leaf, guys, is also going to work as an immune booster for your birds because this contains a bunch of vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin C, which are very good in terms of promoting the immune system of your birds, but also this will lead to overall health of your birds, and you're going to be ending up with healthy birds, which also, guys, are going to be organic. Now, for us, we emphasize organic because this ensures that you're eating quality eggs, you're eating quality meat, and for us, guys, we are depending entirely on these farm animals for us to be able to get the food. So, guys, if the products that we are producing on the homestead are not quality, it does not work in our favor. But also, it's important that whoever is buying these items from us here on the homestead, we are able to give them very quality food. Like I had earlier hinted on, guys, the guava leaves are also very good at treating respiratory disease. Now, if you're going to be having things like cough and flu in your stock, if you use the guava leaf extract, it's going to make it very easy for you to be able to actually fight these kind of problems into your flock. This has also been used in humans to be able to treat cough and flu, like we had earlier hinted on at the start of the video. The guava leaf also, guys, has some antibacterial properties, which makes it an organic antibiotic alternative to chemical antibiotics. And guys, of late, you know that birds have actually developed some form of resistance towards chemical antibiotics, and most of them actually do not respond very well to these chemical antibiotics. This is because most feed makers include these antibiotics as feed additives into their feeds, and if you use the same thing for a prolonged period of time, when you actually need it to address an issue on your farm, you will find that the birds are actually not responding well to these chemical antibiotics that you're giving them. Now, I know that someone could say the same, that if you have consistently given the guava leaves to your birds, then they will also maybe get some form of resistance towards it. But there are quite very many other natural remedies, and we'll keep sharing them here on the homestead. And the good thing, guys, is that all these things, you can actually get them for free in the nature. So that's why it is easy for you to shift from one natural remedy to the other without even having any problem, which is not the case when you're using some chemical antibiotics. The guava leaf also, guys, has some antioxidant properties, which is going to help remove toxins from the system of your turkeys. It's going to ensure that actually your birds are growing out well, and you will be able to get the desired weight in time. If you're into meat production, if you're into eggs, it means that your egg production is going to not be interrupted by maybe sickness that would result from your birds having toxins into their system. So the common question, guys, is now, how do you then give these guava leaves to your birds? Now, guys, option one is going to be picking fresh guava leaves from the guava tree and drying them into the shade. Now, after you have dried the guava leaves, you're going to grind them into a fine powder. Then you can keep it in a tight container for future use. But also, when mixing your feeds, you're going to be adding 200 grams of the guava powder into your feeds. That is in 50 kgs of feeds. If you're mixing 100 kgs of feeds, you are going to be including 400 grams of the guava powder into that feed mixture. That way your birds are going to be able to benefit from this guava leaf and get all the benefits that we have discussed above. Now, the other option, guys, is going to be picking fresh guava leaves from the tree. Then you pour some water and boil them for at least 1 hour. And then you sieve them and get the extract. Now, it is this extract that you're going to go ahead and mix in the drinking water of your birds. And ensure that before you give this to your birds, first withdraw the water so that your birds are very thirsty, so that when you bring this water with the supplement, then the birds actually are interested in taking the water, and they all get a share of this supplement. If you've watched the video this far, guys, please consider subscribing to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so that the next time we upload a video, you are notified to come and watch with us. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.